Am I live? I am live. Hello, beautiful ones. Hello, hello, hello. Here with you live. It's Yogini Viv. Welcome to my channel and glad to see you all here. I was like rushing, eating, wanted to have good energy to be with you. Today is a bit unusual for me to be here. It's Saturday. As the regulars know, I'm usually live on Sunday. Around 2, anywhere between 2 and 3. But yep, here with you live on Saturday in September. So let me know that you're here as folks come in. I'm just going to do a little bit of intro. Let me think for a second if I want to. I was thinking I may do a really brief meditation with you as well. Yeah, so if I'm going to do that, hang on one second. I think the screen is going to go dark for a second. If I can do. Okay, I'm back. Probably lost folks there with that. I am back. I wanted to get the singing bowls. Get them down here. How are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. I'm a bit distracted. I'm going to start off being real with you and do say hi as you come in. Don't be rude. I started that really emphasizing that as I saw some other ladies that I watch. Hey, Sacred Goddess. Who is that? Is that someone I already know? That seems like a new name, a relatively new name. Have to just tell you a little bit about what's going on with me, share in the chat what's happening with you, just to catch you up. So where I live, I swear to God, every weekend there's like a festival or something. And at first I thought it was a loud neighbor. That was me. I was like, who is this person? And students have come back because there's a couple colleges, and I was like, they're just blasting their music. Then I realized, you know what? That's amplified. Like that is probably an official party or festival. So, my gosh, it just paused. So there's I don't like really loud music, you guys, especially if I'm in my house and my windows are closed, I shouldn't be able to hear it. That's just how I am. How are you? So Jen is here. Hey, Jen. Sacred Goddess is here. I'll put your names up and your channel. If you've got a channel and you want to get it just featured, make a comment while we're live. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I thought so. Yeah. Sacred Goddess. Sacred Goddess. Welcome. So that's going on. So I'm hearing music like pretty loud, but I don't think, let me know if you guys can hear it. It's starting up again. It's definitely amplified, like they're bands and stuff. And I have no idea what it is. All right. Today, I'm going to just share with you, really, I'm going to try to kind of share my enthusiasm for meditation with you. And I want to share and speak directly to the women because mostly I teach women, I work with women, the women who are interested in meditation, who may practice a little bit. So I don't want to, again, and I say this, try to convince anybody, because I know for a lot of folks, they might have some fears about meditation, or they feel it conflicts with their religion, all of which it does not have to. But I don't want to get into, because that's just not my energy to like try to convince you. So I want to just shift out of that space because I don't like being in that type of space, if that makes sense. I'm here for the women who are open-minded, who are spiritual. You could be spiritual and religious, and you're very much into your self-care, your spiritual growth, and just your growth and your evolution. So that's who I'm talking to. All right. And I am dyslexic. So I want this side. Okay. Because it feels the opposite, because I see myself and it's mirrored, which makes everything worse. If you're dyslexic, say hi. So who else is here? Who else is here right now that is willing to say hello? Thank you for joining me. So my channel is about spirituality. aimed for women. Holistic health. I don't get super medical. Like, I'm not going to report on like the latest medical news, but I try to give interspersed with spirituality, um, health, and wellness. And from, again, from a holistic perspective. Okay. So that's mostly what my channel is about: meditation, mindfulness, chakras, energy healing. Um, yeah. So I want to jump in. I'm going to start because I got a couple of things to share with you. So I got my phone and hold on here. So what I want to just share with you today, and again, your questions always welcome. Put them in the chat, okay? Put them in the live chat. If you're watching me later, just put it in the regular comments. So I want to answer some common questions about meditation. Again, for those of you who are unsure if you should learn it, if you should practice it, how it can help you. And meditation really saved my life. Honestly, I was at at different points in my life, meditation has really, really saved my life. Um, I think the first time was just adapting to a new to a school where I was, definitely in the minority, in ethnically, racially, but economically as well. Whole different situation. Meditation really became a lifeline for me. Okay, that's the first time, and I was already in my late 20s. Um, coming from the Bronx and going to this like very nice, very expensive college where I was just in a whole different environment, right? Coming from like the South Bronx ish. Then actually we'd moved up north a little bit in New York City, right? Incredibly diverse city. I'm used to and love interacting with all kinds of people. But then in just like day to day, but then to go to a place that's just like a completely different world. And meditation really saved me then. So any of you who are, oh wow, sacral, yeah, thank you for sharing that. I want to know more about it. The second time meditation saved my life and helped stabilize me was one time that I did not use it. Actually popped up in my head. I was deeply depressed. And I don't even remember. It was just, like a lot of youth. Now I was probably in my 20s. Oh, a couple things I had tried had not worked. I had wanted to be a dancer professionally. Um, I think it was after that, and I ended up working as a cashier. I got pretty far, but ultimately wasn't going to be able to make a profession of it. You guys, I wanted to be a ballet dancer. I ended up being like, well, you could be a modern dancer. Now, even that, right? Obviously, very competitive. But so I got deeply depressed. I wasn't able to turn to meditation then. Um, but other times it's helped me when I've just been going through a lot of difficulty after I left academia, after I left teaching when I was the teacher, and it helped me when I was in a really dark place, yoga and meditation, but more yoga at that point. And there are reasons for that. I was so depressed that doing something physical was better for me. So meditation at different times, though, I don't want it to just be like, oh, I'm in a horrible place, I'm in a dark place, I'm under this, and now I have to meditate. Again, I want to like present it to you and the benefits, the life-changing qualities of meditation when maybe your life is like fine, it's like neutral or even very good. Meditation can take it up another notch. So let me answer some common questions. And Sacral Goddess, can you share more about how it saved your life? I'd love to. Yeah. So now some of the questions to me are so basic, but that is the curse of like the professional. It's very common that if you do something, whatever it is, like whatever you do, right? Sometimes it's hard for you to think of what the beginner questions are. So I'm going to start with what is meditation? And I have met some other videos where I've talked about this, but again, there's always new people. So what is meditation? And this is off the cuff. I did not prepare something to read because that's just not my vibe. If I know the information, I know the information. If I don't know it, I can always come back. Or if I need more time to think, I'll let you know. All right. Meditation consists of various methods of working with the mind, body, and spirit to, because there are different aims of different types of meditation, but the aim is to really kind of gain awareness and more control of the mind. That could be like a basic like more control and awareness of the full capacity of our minds and our whole human psyche is what meditation is, because there are many different types of meditation. So let me know, seriously, make it a conversation. Ask me if anything's not clear, because then I can figure out what needs to be explained better. Okay, just checking my light that it's not going to time out. Hey, Percival. I don't know if you heard him. He's like, I'm going to lay down. So meditation, it consists of various methods of working with the mind and thus having an impact on the body, the spirit, the psyche, the whole human being. Okay. How do I meditate? These are like the common questions. Oh my gosh. How do I meditate? Again, there are multiple ways to meditate. So I'm going to keep it sort of high level and then maybe respond to your questions. How do you meditate? The way that I suggest for beginners, and actually it's a question that's coming up later. How do I meditate? Okay. How do I meditate as a beginner? I would suggest using a guided meditation that has you focus on your breathing. That is how I would start meditation for a variety of reasons. And again, I don't want to go off on, there's so many tangents. But how do I meditate? I would say first find a good guided meditation right here on YouTube. Percival, he's going to do what I don't want him to do. And follow the guided meditation, but choose one that has you focus on your breathing. Okay, that's what I would suggest. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to turn my something on here. Okay. That's how I would suggest you. How do I meditate? Again, it's a huge question. This is Google. This is what people type into Google. How do I meditate? You can meditate sitting in a chair. You actually can meditate standing up. You can meditate walking. You could technically meditate while doing many different things. But if somebody asks the question, how do I meditate? I'm assuming that they're a beginner and are coming from that perspective. Okay. Let me, so I'm reading a comment, and I'll put more, I'll stop for the comments in a bit. Thank you for sharing that. Again, share your experiences with meditation, with mindfulness. So how do I meditate? I'm going to leave it at that, because again, that could in of itself be several videos. Okay. What are the benefits of meditation? All right. There are so many. All right. Again, here I'm talking about mindfulness meditation, which is the most common type of meditation in the West. Okay. There are other types as well. But what are the benefits? There are multiple scientifically proven benefits, modern benefits of meditation that goes with all the anecdotal and the writings that are thousands of years old, probably since the beginning of time, beginning of humanity. Humans would always have times where they would sit. And again, I'm talking about kind of the primary types of meditation where they would sit quietly and just be with themselves. Okay. That might be the best way for me. Let me go back to what is meditation: to sit quietly and be with yourself. Position almost doesn't matter, but to be with yourself quietly. And again, there's so many variations. That's why I'm hesitating and like, all right, but we got to answer the question. Benefits of meditation that have been scientifically shown. are so vast. And this is where I would want to have information pulled up in front of me. So I'm going to pull off the top of my head. Help with anxiety, definitely help with a sense of self worth, but they used another term. I think it's self efficacy, with a sense of your own value, strengthening your sense of self. Okay. Again, anxiety, stress, different medical issues. Um, So even people with pain, chronic pain, have it's been shown over and over and over that mindfulness meditation specifically can help them cope and feel better with the chronic pain that they suffer from. It doesn't make the chronic pain necessarily go away, but they're able to tolerate and minimize it such that it is much less bothersome to them. Does that make sense? Again, it's hard to explain in a soundbite. All right. If you're here, you're not here just for a soundbite. Because if you are, then just go ahead and leave. I'm serious, because these are hard questions. They've shown it in working in prisons. Don't get me started, you guys. I just have to say one thing. You know what I really want? I do really want to talk about something that's in the public sphere right now, but I don't want to get off track because it is truly low vibration. You guys put in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Somebody's in trouble, and it's been kind of a long time coming. And I we can get energetically, and I can definitely get energetically sucked into, like, what do I call it? Mental junk food. And I don't want to do that. But you guys know what I'm thinking. Like, what is happening now in the public sphere where there's big investigations. But anyway, so there are many. Basically, I would say what doesn't meditation help with is actually easier, to be completely honest with you. So what meditation doesn't help with, if you're deeply depressed, I always say this because I really want you guys to be safe. If you're deeply depressed, don't try meditating on your own. That is not what I would do for deep depression, even moderate to deep depression. I would not start with meditation. Okay. That's very, very important. All right. What is it not good for? I'm not going to claim like it cures cancer. I'm not going to claim it, cures personality disorders and severe mental illness. Anything short of that, it will have a positive effect on. Literally anything short. Yeah, thank you, Sacred Goddess. I'm trying not to talk about it. I'll just put it on the screen. Just all right. I have to say, I grew up in the Bronx back in the day, the beginning of hip hop, right? And I don't know. I was a nerd. I was in my house. I just want to say that my parents were like, "You think you're going to go? No, you're not going out there. You're not doing this." Very strict Jamaican parents. But yes, I am just so like I said, it's junk food. It's like junk food for the mind. People try to stay out of it. So we're focusing on the positive here, the high vibration. So the benefits of meditation. Oh, sleep. Sleep. Let me go again, the common ones. If you have trouble sleeping, falling asleep, staying asleep, meditation can definitely help. Again, I can promise you it would help if you do it properly. So sleep. What are the common problems people are having? Like I said, feeling stressed, toxic jobs, having conflicts. Meditation can help you deal with conflicts. Again, it's not going to magically change them. What it changes, let me try and break this down. It changes your ability to cope, to navigate, to say the right thing, to be almost in the right place. It has a multifaceted effect, okay? We're talking about meditation and the benefits of it. So if you're finding yourself in a lot of conflict, goddess and guys, divine masculine who are watching, if you find yourself in a lot of conflict, honest to God truth, start meditating. What it's going to do, it's going to help you understand what's going on in your mind and like what's the butting heads with these people. It may help you see you need to separate from them. It may help you see how you need to change, or like I said, or just move away from them, and then they become less attracted to you. This is the truth. So if you're having a lot of conflicts, life isn't working well, meditation can help you. Absolutely. Like I said, the only areas I would say meditation is contraindicated is if you're severely depressed, nihilistic, like you think life isn't worth it, then you don't want to try to meditate because it's gonna kind of close you in on yourself, okay, in a bad way. All right. Questions, put comments. All right. So meditation, you guys, I just want to get it out more into Black and Brown community as much, and to everyone who it's not available to or isn't thinking about it or thinks it isn't for you. Let me keep going because I think I've given enough benefits. Most illnesses, most illnesses have a strong stress component. I believe all illness does, but I can't say that scientifically. But science is now saying a lot of our illness, I'm talking about illnesses in the West, guys. I'm not talking about malaria, okay? I don't know. I feel like somebody watching will be like, oh, what about, no, not things that are like disease born and having to do with like poop in the water and shit like that. Okay. No. But the illnesses that we're dealing with a lot in the West have a huge stress component. Okay. Especially for Black and Brown folks. High blood pressure, different cancers, there's a strong stress component. Obesity, and I'm not talking about like being thick or being big boned, but like obesity, overeating, um bad food choices. And yes, they're outside factors. The meditation will help you with what you can control, what we can control ourselves. So all your illnesses, if you have migraines, you have menstrual issues, meditation is going to help. It is not going to make it worse. It is going to help. Okay. So the benefits are so vast. It's hard to sit here and go through them. What is mindfulness meditation? Oh, no, wait, let me go back. The fourth most common question about meditation is, how long should I meditate? That is a great question. It is a beginner question. As a beginner, I would say 5 minutes to start. And build up to like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I would say for daily or 4 times a week, you could go up to 20 minutes. So start at 5 minutes. Do not, because this is what I was thinking as I was taking a walk preparing for this. It's like anything. You don't want to start it and make it so hard and make it so unpleasant that you don't want to do it. That's why I say 5 minutes. By the time you sit down and you put a little cushion, or you sit in your chair and you close your eyes, the 5 minutes is going to be like this. And you'll be like, oh, that was short. And you'll get up and it'll just be like, oh, okay, that was okay. I could do it, right? Just like if you're going to start running, you don't start running like oh, I'm going to run 5 miles tomorrow. Let me get my sneakers. No, you run less than a quarter mile. You go for a walk. That's what I would do. You start walking, 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 then you break into a little run, then you walk. And I do that, guys. Okay. At my age, for my fitness, I'm really listening to my body. So I'll walk and then I'll run a little, then I walk and I build up. In the same way with meditation, 5 minutes, work your way up to 20 minutes. Yeah. Work your way up to 20 minutes. Okay, good. I'm going to I'm going to stop there because I see some questions. So here, and I want to read Sacral Goddess's comment, of course. Yeah. Just explaining how meditation saved her life. So I was depressed as well, lost myself completely in a relationship to my ex-husband. I created my own because it really centered me and expanded my ideas and creativity. Wow, that is wonderful. Yeah. You figured out what worked for you. That's beautiful. That tells me you are a creative person. And very likely what you did, Sacral Goddess, was something that exists, but it's like you discovered it. It's like a diamond, buried in the ground, and you found it for yourself. That's beautiful. Yeah, we can really lose ourselves in relationship. So again, if you're in like a toxic relationship, difficult relationships, whether at work or with like your mother, I don't know, I'm getting mother for somebody who's going to watch this, like difficult, mother-daughter relationships, meditation can be very, very helpful. And so, yes, it was Diddy. We're going to move on. Not going to talk about him. What are some mistakes or incorrect ways that beginners kind of do with meditation? That's a great question, Jen. So let me stop with the questions I got off the Googles. There's a couple of things. Beginners often will say to me, oh, Viv, I can't meditate. I can't meditate. I tried. I can't do it. Right. So that's a mistake. That's a mistake in your mind. That's like saying I can't walk. As long as you have legs, your legs work. You can walk, right? You can meditate. It's the thought, well, I can't stop my mind. So that's a common mistake, Jen. People are like, my mind just keeps racing. So I can't meditate, right? That is a mistake. That's a misunderstanding of meditation and what it's supposed to achieve, especially in the beginning. So actually, it really, really is a good question. Um, that's the number one thing I think people mistake is like, well, I'm not doing it right because my mind is not quiet. My mind, I'm thinking, I'm arguing with my sister, I'm daydreaming. I'm daydreaming about my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Oh, I'm thinking about an argument. That is actually all natural. Okay. The thing is to not stop meditating because of that. So that is the most common mistake. Um, Probably trying to meditate for too long, Jen. Like I'm gonna sit for 20 minutes, or I have to like cross my legs in lotus. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna sit for an hour. We say sit is like another way of saying meditate. Like if I say I sit, you know, hey, profoundly fresh. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So that those are wonderful questions, Jen. We're taking questions about meditation and what stops you. So the like I said, the main mistake I think is people are like, I can't do it because my mind isn't quiet. Therefore, I'm not meditating right. I'm not doing it right, so I'm stopping. This is a great example. I was actually reading this vegan magazine, like an old vegan magazine that I got. Like I go to thrift stores and it had some good articles. And it was a yoga teacher. She's like my age, and it was just, see, where was I going with that? Mistakes, incorrect. Yeah, the idea that there's another thing too. A lot of people, and I do want to touch on this. Like I said, I don't want to convince anybody if you feel meditation is not doesn't fit with your religion or something like that. But I think many so yeah, if you're meditating, you're probably fine. You're already trying it. But many people think that meditation conflicts with their religion. It depends what types of meditation you're doing. It depends on your beliefs and it depends on you. I'm going to give you this example. It's a tired example because I give it all the time, but it's so obvious. What kind of food do I love? I love Indian food. I love, love, love Indian food. If I had to pick one cuisine, you guys, I'd pick Indian or Thai. I might also pick some African, but I haven't had a lot of African food, even in New York City. And I also love Mexican. Okay, I'm going to narrow it down. um, Say I love Indian food, and that would be vast types of food because it's such a big, large country, right? Just like the continent of Africa. If I chose African food, that I like spicy, I like flavorful, but I like vegetarian or vegan. And so if I had to pick Indian food, okay, can eat there all the time. Do I become Indian by eating at an Indian restaurant? I go in, I have the little crisp breads and the samosa, and I have some spicy. I love malai kofta, which are these vegetable balls, you guys. You see, I'm getting off target. I'm getting hungry. They're so good. They fry the vegetables together in this like creamy sauce. I think it's like vegetarian, it's not vegan. Am I Indian when I walk out? No. I eat some tofu, fried, whatever, in a Thai restaurant. No. The same way with meditation. You can become what you want if you want, right? And what I teach, mindfulness specifically, especially in the West, they've stripped out any religion out of it. Okay. What the scientists are studying, it's a religious, it is not any religion. Okay. That's something some beginners, but if you're already practicing, you probably don't have that belief holding you back. But yeah. And Jen, I know you probably don't, but that's just a really common one. I know, sacred goddess. And there are, listen, I'm going to be really honest with you guys watching this. I'm not going to start a nonprofit, but there are some, I should put their names. So they're maybe getting funded by corporations and they are doing like really low cost workshops and things. So it's happening. It's happening, right? I teach meditation. I'm not a nonprofit, just so you guys know, though, a lot of nonprofit people, they make a lot of money, okay? Because I always thought nonprofit meant that nobody made any money. Somebody corrected me decades ago. They're like, oh, no, they have salaries. They can make money. I'm like, oh, well, why is it nonprofit? Okay, don't laugh at me, all right? This was probably even before I was Remember, I was an art professor, so I wasn't all like finance. But so I teach meditation. I'm going to stop here and just tell you a little bit about my program, um, which is called Soulful Mindfulness. And it is, I'm going to put it in the chat. It is enrolling. It is for, it's open to all women. Um, okay. If you really feel like that is not comfortable for you, but then, but I truly believe the reason my program, I don't just say, oh, only Black women. That doesn't sit right with me. I definitely think, and this is kind of serious, I really want to address it. Again, I think we absolutely need spaces, all different groups. Because this is how I am. I'm not just thinking about, oh, Black women, we need spaces. We do. But, gay veterans need their own group. I'm not going to go try to crash if it's like gay veterans of the Vietnam War or the Gulf War or a trans support group. Everybody, I think needs your own safe space, and that's fine. For my group, I feel that we as women, if we can't work together and be in space together, then I don't the planet's not going to survive. So this my program, which I just put, let me put it up on, it's open to all women. And actually, I have a two, any of you who are young, a lot of my folks like Sacred Goddess, Profoundly Fresh, you might be younger. Jen, I don't know. You don't have a picture. It's hard to tell, we look really cute in our pictures, and the pictures are like that big. I do have a two payment plan, but it ends tonight. It's an early registration two payment plan. I Everybody could afford it if it's important to you to learn these techniques. So my program, we do mindfulness meditation. I take you step by step by step through four different methods that work with your mood, what you're going through, your level of stress. Okay, I really, really break it down. It's not just information. I break it down for you and guide you. All right. And also, what I mix in that makes my program unique, I am a massage therapist. I had stopped during COVID, but I am New York State licensed. I had put my license on hold because, as I said, I wasn't going to massage anybody during COVID. We were forbidden, actually, to do massage during COVID. Now, I know that's a couple of years ago, but it took a while, like 2021. I was like, and, but that's my background is with massage. And so what I teach in the program is I teach like specific acupressure points, all right, in different places on the body for things like your insomnia. It can be to help support your reproductive issues like heavy periods, things like headaches, we can definitely work with. So a lot of things that are symptomatic, goddess, that you may be having, I will teach acupressure points to help with that, and also especially to help with calm so that you can meditate. All right. So if you're like Jen was asking, beginner mistakes beginners make, one of them is like feeling fidgety. So let me go back to that. Like you feel antsy. That's very common. You either fall asleep, okay, and this is more of a detailed question. If you try to meditate, a lot of people get sleepy or they get more anxious and like, oh, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I will help you by giving you these acupressure points that calm you down, right? Or that help with being more alert. That's, I show you different ways you can get your energy right so that you can sit and be calm, be alert, be awake. All right. Not woke. Woke is good, but it's so funny. Words get co opted. But in meditation, we talk about being awake, meaning alert, aware of what's going on, and yet very calm. So do check out my program. Like I said, I have a two payment plan that is really, really, really cheap. Okay, you can afford it if you're interested in working with me, and it's for 8 sessions. So let me keep going back. So yes, my program it's primarily Black women. I'm trying to think if I get diaspora, but Hispanic women, I get women. I'm not checking people's backgrounds. So all are welcome. All are welcome. Really, really from my heart. I know I would fill my programs if I said as many others I'm seeing in different spaces, different topics on YouTube, but they're like, just for Black women. It's just for Black women. Those spaces are needed. But my As of now, my focus is it is open to all women. I do think we have a lot in common. It's also not going to be a lot of like crosstalk. You're safe to share what you're feeling, but basically we're going to be practicing. We're not going to be like chit chatting and, I'm not going to be talking about trials and anything like that. It's very focused. It's for you. We come in, I greet you. It's via Zoom. I lead you in the practice. In that hour 15 minutes, you leave feeling amazing. And over the weeks, you're going to get better and better at meditation, which you're going to see affect your life. Okay. So that is my program. Please do check it out. I'm making it for you. Okay. It is my work. It is my work. I think the thoughts and feelings that arise during meditation is good. Very nice. Yeah, sacral goddess. Exactly. Beautiful. The thoughts. Yeah. Wow. The thoughts and feelings. So we're not trying to suppress them. It's when you try to suppress them, you get like conflict, you get like inner conflict. And then you'll be like, okay, I can't do this. Okay. So I help you to get to the level of exactly as she's saying, the thoughts and the feelings are not the problem. Do you see how profound that is? The thoughts and the feelings are not the problem. Okay. And we work with them. It's almost like having like a child that's disobedient. It's just like having a tantrum. Think about how skillful you have to be. That's really the comparison. Like our minds, when you're learning how to meditate, you're learning to work with the parts of your mind or your spirit that might bother you, right? Or things that might upset you. But you're almost like, imagine a really patient parent, really patient, well resourced, content, strong in themselves, and they have a child misbehaving. Do they freak out and smack the child across the face? No, right? But we've all seen in all our communities, I don't care your background, you've all seen, I'm going to say a mother, but a father too, but you've all seen mothers where you can tell they're exhausted and the child starts to misbehave and they just go off. So I'm making an analogy with when you learn how to meditate, you're not that bad parent because you have the mental space. And I've noticed a lot of us saying this. I used it with a friend. I was talking to them about not having the mental space. Okay. And it's okay if you don't, because there's so much going on right now. But meditation helps you to have more mental space, more bandwidth where you're able to cope. You're able to almost be like the Buddha, like the ancestor. You're able to have enough spaciousness to deal with everything that's going on. Okay. I hope that helps explain it. I feel like that kind of explains it a little bit. Profoundly fresh. What would be a good meditation for feeling like it can happen for you? I've been through so much in my life that I start to feel like I won't receive the love I have given in so much abundance. Ah, yeah, profoundly fresh. Okay. That's a great question. It's a big question. Okay. It's a big question because it's not, I mean, you could look up self-love meditations, right? What I'm offering to you, and I think this is where it is hard to explain, but I'll try. I'm going to take the responsibility for it. What I'm teaching is not so much different meditations for different things. Okay, to your question, once you learn how to meditate, maybe Sacred Goddess, you can help me explain this a little bit. Once you learn how to meditate, profoundly fresh, it doesn't matter what it's for. So, you feel like you've been through a lot in your life, and I'm sure you have, right? You feel like you're not going to receive the love you've given. So you may have feelings of like despair or sadness. Um, yeah, just like losing hope. And any if you're learning how to meditate properly, any type of meditation is going to help you deal with those feelings because they're going to come up. And you may get sad profoundly fresh. You may get like sad. You may get like, because you're going to really feel the feelings. But then, as Sacral Goddess hinted with what something she said, over time, you build the strength where you're able to see your sadness, you're able to see your life events, but you realize that's not all there is to you. That is the past. The past doesn't make the future, right? The past is the past, what was created. The future starts from here and goes forward. Okay. So it's not that there's one type of meditation, but if you want to look, I think on my channel, I have forgiveness. You can look up forgiveness. On anybody's channel, you can do this. You go to their homepage and there's a little, like a magnifying glass. That's a search, and just look up. I think I have forgiveness meditation, and I have like metta. Let me put it in the chat. Metta means loving kindness. So you could do loving kindness for yourself. Actually, that is what I would recommend. It's called loving kindness meditation. But basically profoundly fresh. And you look young. How old are you? You're young in your picture. Yeah, don't meditation helps us not get stuck with the past. That's another good way to put it. So you feel you haven't received the love, but you're very young. You know, there are people who 70 or 80, they find the love of their life. Yeah, well, that's young to me. You're 29. Um, they meet the love of their life at 60 or 70, right? After a bad marriage, after multiple bad marriages. Um, I was watching this video, something like, I think, sex in like elderly people, like how that, like in America. And this adorable couple, you guys, the woman, I'm not gonna lie, she was a homely looking woman, and she was probably in her 70s, and this man loved her. They showed them going about their day and doing different activities. He was clearly madly in love with her. It was the plainest looking woman. And he was just like taking her on trips, and he was he was just, and it wasn't from this controlling thing. He clearly was just really happy. He's like, I found the woman I love. And she's like, it was so unexpected. And so meditation helps you see that that happened, but that doesn't mean whatever it is, whether being abused or losing a job, it doesn't mean it has to repeat, because you come fresh to each moment. That's the best way I can answer it. So it's a bigger answer than, but maybe than you were expecting. But I would also look for metta or loving kindness meditation. It's kind of a self-love where you wish yourself well, or just self-love meditations. Yeah, let's see what Sacred Goddess says. Absolutely. Soon you'll be able to view your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts, almost like a radio station you're tuning into. Yes, it's not you. It's simply just to flow through you. Wow, that is beautiful. Profoundly fresh. Sacred Goddess like nailed it. Yeah. But it takes practice, Sacred Goddess, right? Like she went through it also. Profoundly, you may not have been here. I don't know exactly when you popped in, where she said she had lost herself in a relationship with her ex. So you see, it's like even in a relationship, it can be very painful. So sacral, my sense is you really went through a lot and you came out the other end from your responses. So yes, you'll be able to view your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts. You're able to see them, but have distance from them, where they don't rule you profoundly. That's it. They don't rule you. They don't make you do something. They don't make you, you're not controlled by them. That is the profound beauty of meditation. Profound beauty of meditation. Yes. And sacral is saying, yeah, self-love. When you feel you're not getting enough love from others, I would challenge you profoundly, is that start by giving it to yourself, feeling you have it within. So yeah, self-love meditations. But again, what I want for you is to have the big picture on meditation and not just pick individual meditations as you need it. Let me give you a great analogy. Great analogy. Learning meditation, studying with me, taking a program. My program is 8 weeks. Is like the equivalent of, you know how you can do, and I don't mean fancy coloring books. Picture yourself would you say you're an artist if you can just fill in like simple coloring book? No, right? You're like, oh, it's a coloring book. I mean, I can fill it in. An artist, when you think of an artist the artist could create the coloring book. The artist could draw it. They can create. In the same way, I want you to have the ability to be at that level where you can work with your mind no matter what's going on, whether you're feeling lack of love, whether you're feeling stress, whether you're feeling anger, whether you're feeling fear. You want that meta view, that big view, not meta as in Facebook, but that meta, like the high view, like an eagle. Okay. So if you, what many people do, and it's no blame at all. Oh, you love to paint. That's interesting that I use that analogy. You may not know, but I am an intuitive as well. And that also comes with, yeah. So it's the same thing. If you paint versus paint by numbers, or you know those painting parties, you guys, which I'm sorry, where they're fun, sip and paint, where you just kind of fill in. They're fun, right? Anybody can do it. But that's not being an artist. An artist can start from scratch, can like, okay, I'm painting that, or from their imagination. So in the same way, profoundly, what I'm teaching and want you to ultimately get to is where you understand how to sit and meditate, how to work with your thoughts, your feelings, emotions, whatever's coming up. Yes. But yeah, start with self-love for sure. Let me go on. Great. I see the numbers are going up. I'm answering. I have to keep repeating it because folks just come in, guys, and some folks leave, some folks come back. I'm answering the most common meditation questions. If you see me looking here, it's like I'm looking at myself, so it's like I'm talking to someone. If I look right at the green dot, literally messes with my eyes because I'm like focusing on a tiny, tiny green dot, but it'll look like I'm looking at you, I think. I can't tell because I'm looking at a green dot. So if I look, I'm looking slightly down, it's just at least I'm seeing myself. Okay. What is mindfulness meditation? Mindfulness meditation specifically, this is a very common question, is the most popular form of meditation in the West right now. I would say it's the one that's the most studied. Also, transcendental meditation has been studied a lot. It is a subset of meditation, meaning it's a type. Like meditation is here, and then mindfulness is a subset, but it is also an aspect of any type of meditation. So whether you're doing a mantra, and you're just repeating the mantra over and over, and you've seen people maybe with the beads and they're repeating a mantra, you still have to have mindfulness with that, but you wouldn't necessarily call that mindfulness meditation. Okay, I know that was a complicated answer. Don't get too lost in it. Mindfulness meditation is primarily about the type of meditation that focuses on kind of what Sacred Goddess was mentioning as well, being aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and what's happening in the present moment, responding with calm, peace, and a bit of a detachment. But it's like an awareness. It's a type of awareness type meditation. And that's why Profoundly Fresh, I was saying that's what I would want you to also have, that ability, because it encompasses everything. Okay. So mindfulness, it's a specific type of meditation, but also a quality of almost any type of meditation. If you are doing a meditation, there are meditations where you literally stare at a shape, like a mandala or a yantra, that requires, you wouldn't call that mindfulness meditation, but it requires mindfulness because you have to be able to focus and keep your mind on that. Okay. So mindfulness is about being able to be present for your thoughts, your feelings, emotions, body sensations in the present moment without judgment. Meditation can help anxiety. I've mentioned that. It's been studied. It absolutely can. There are different types of meditation. So some might work better for you for your anxiety. If you're extremely anxious, goddesses watching this now or in the future, and you have tried meditation, but you're a very anxious person, I would say go to yoga, because the physical aspect of yoga, the stretching, the bending, the twisting, it's like meditation in motion. So like if you're doing something, you're moving your body, you're breathing, that's easier to concentrate on. Okay? So if you're anxious, I would say, and you're having trouble meditating, do yoga instead. Hold on, my light went out. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. All right. Any more questions? So yeah, Profoundly Fresh, I am a painter. I am an artist. I'm glad that you paint. Painting can be very meditative. Let's see, what are other common meditation questions that you have, or I have a list here. What are different types of meditation? I just named some. Let me just name some. Mantra meditation, where the phrase you're repeating may or may not have a meaning, but it has an energetic signature. Just like if you hear somebody scream, guys, if they just scream, you know, okay, my God, something bad is happening. But maybe they don't say a word, but the voice tone, you know something bad is happening. In the same way, some mantras have no specific meaning, but it's the sound. So that's one type of meditation, is mantra meditation. We've talked about mindfulness. There's, like I said, meditation where you look at a shape or a mandala. There, TM, which they keep kind of secretive. I think they give you a specific mantra or a sound. There are many, and of course, you see things like, oh, I'll do forest meditation. Let me break this down for you because this is important to understand. It's not that, oh, meditation like on a crystal. You've heard me. Yeah, you're bringing your awareness, you're bringing your mind, you're touching in mindfully to whatever object. So you could technically meditate on anything, right? But that still doesn't give you the global understanding of what meditation is. But there are many, many types. But I think I've named the main types because there are lots and lots of mantras. Yoga, as I said, could be considered a moving meditation, Tai Chi, or they're all different sort of arts where there's a movement and it's in a controlled manner. They're all different martial arts from around the world. Those could be considered types of meditation, depending how they're done. So yeah, hi intuitive Tammy, welcome. So again, my program, my training where you get to work with me live in private in a small group is enrolling. And that's why I'm also really focusing on your questions. If you have any questions about issues you're having, let's take it from that end, not like about meditation, but what's going on in your life right now. And I will be honest with you about if meditation can help. I'm going to put in the chat some of the benefits that I have not touched on yet here. And they're kind of scattered looking because they didn't keep but I just put some of the benefits in there. Sacred Goddess, I love dance meditation too, as of lately. Yes, movement meditation, right. So there are people who are, and I think also very much for women, I have to say, I do think movement as meditation, dance as meditation is helpful. Again, I think it's a good adjunct with seated or still meditation. But I think both can really work together beautifully. Yeah, yeah. Sacral, is there a specific type of dance meditation you've been doing? Is there like a branded name? I'd be really curious. And let me put on the screen. So these are some of the benefits I have on my website that I talk about. So an immediate and increasing sense of calm despite challenges. That's from meditation. Deeper sleep from meditation. You wake up feeling more refreshed when you meditate. Increased clarity of mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. Greater ability to make decisions. Absolutely. When you meditate. Oops. And it put it in a second one. And over time, not over time, like on your job. Over time, intuition gets clearer. Your intuition, over many years, again, it might depend on past lives, on your natural ability, but over time, your intuition is going to get sharper and sharper. Okay. Hey, if you're just joining, the numbers are going up. I was really trying to answer questions about meditation and what may stop those of us who are sort of on the cusp of trying it. I really think, let me I titled this video, the best self-care you can do. I really believe that meditation is among the top 3 best self-care things you can do, without a doubt. Like, no doubt, no question. The other 2 are get your diet in order and get your exercise movement in order, with which, like Sacred Goddess dance meditation, you're kind of hitting both, right? You're hitting meditation, you're hitting movement, exercise, blood flow, circulation. There's so much we can do for ourselves, right? Before we get into the medical system, right? Before we get into the which is not to say that the medical system is necessarily bad, right? But we know for many of us, we've seen our parents, our uncles, our aunts, um, our children. Once you enter the medical system, sometimes it can be very hard to leave, and it's not holistic, right? It's just not holistic. So I'm going to pause there for a second. And the reason that's important is, do you want to be stuck on a pill for your life? The rest of your life on a pill? If you have to, that's very different, but often there are holistic things we can do, body, mind care, things we can do, and to take care of ourselves. Oh, every other Saturday. R&B, no matter what I do, I feel like it's always hard for someone. Like someone, and if somebody writes me, I really give attention to what they say. And she wrote, she's like, I think I was doing it something Sunday mornings. I like Sunday mornings. She's like, well, and I've had people in my class, like I'm rushing from church, right? I was doing it like 11, so then I did Saturday morning because for a lot of us, it is more of a kind of a day of cleaning and shopping, right? Obviously, not if you're like a nurse or something like that. Um, what I thought about doing also R&B was doing it Saturday, let me think, afternoon, because that would hit, but that would be midday for East Coast people. It's not East Coast people, for West Coast people, but it would be afternoon for East Coast people. It's just hard. Yeah, it is recorded, but if you're saying you would miss half, so you'd miss four, um, it's up to you. It will be recorded. Um, and you could always ask your questions and then they'll be answered there. But you can miss some, guys. Like I always say, like two, because I feel like two's normal. Something happens or you oversleep or something. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. I mean, you can absolutely take it and, just let me know with your real name that, yeah, you work every other Saturday. Yeah. So I hope that helps. I'm currently dealing with whether or not I should continue my job. I accepted a part-time position, but because I do it so well, I've been put as management and much more on my plate. Profoundly, yes. Yes, that's what happens to us, right? And then you work really hard and then you may get burnt out. Um, so if you were meditating regularly, you would have greater clarity on what's the answer for you. So I could give you an answer, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've stopped giving people answers because I've seen friends that I've given like literally great advice to, honest to God. If if people don't agree, they don't do it. And then as I watch, either what I forecast was going to happen happens, or they on their own realize they need to do a particular change and they do it. So I've kind of stopped giving advice unless somebody, yeah, because it's painful for me sometimes to watch. It's like you're watching a car crash and the person won't slow down. I'm not saying profoundly in your case. Um, but yeah, it sounds like you already know you're not really happy about they put you in management. I would ask for more. They put more on your plate. So I would ask for more money. And if they won't give you more money, you could potentially say, well, I'm going to go back to the level where I was, right? Because I'm watching so many channels now, especially with Black women who are maybe living abroad. Yeah, yeah. You wrote, I feel you trust me. I do trust you to have the answer. Um, yeah, it doesn't sound like you want to do it. And certainly, I would only say if the money is commensurate, meaning you feel really compensated for what you're doing, such that you can have nice dinners if you want, or have a food delivery. Like this is how I was telling people what you're doing. Actually, I have someone in my life who has a very high paying job, but it's extremely stressful and she's not happy. So she's making some decisions about it. But I said, so because the job pays so well, why can you get a massage once a week? She agreed. This is new to her, but she's like, yeah, I really like, what could you do profoundly that, or does the job allow you to in its payment to you Get a massage once a week, get maybe a food delivery service, or be able to eat better. You see what I'm saying? But if it's not giving back to you, then why sacrifice yourself? Yeah, why sacrifice yourself? You know? Oh, nice. Oh, I love this. Thank you. I got to save this. Can I take a screenshot? It's Raylyn. Hey, Raylyn. I've worked with you before for the manifestation course, and that paid off because I have opportunity. Whoops, out of the hinny now. Okay, guys, I have to take a screenshot of this because I don't think it doesn't save this chat afterwards. Raylyn, that is fabulous. Well, you're manifesting. Okay, you're manifesting well. And guys, also seriously, I really value your opinion. I should have said this earlier because I've been going for an hour now and some folks had to leave. Let me know what program you're interested in because, and Fresh, I'll come back to you. I see that. You asked for more money. Exactly. Because that's how they show if they actually appreciate what you do. Just appreciation and a pat on the back, a little rub is not like, oh, you're so wonderful. That's not enough. That's not enough. Um, Let me know what you guys are most interested in me running. What I should just do is be like, I'm running this, and tell you guys like 2 months in advance. This Soulful Mindfulness, I announced a month ahead of when we start. We start October 5th. As I said, like Profoundly Fresh, you'd be great for the program. It sounds like, well, I know it would help you. You have these big questions, and unless you already know how to meditate, how to deal with your emotions, your thoughts, all of it, then maybe you wouldn't need it. But yeah, unless you work on Saturdays. But I would invite you to take my program live with me. Braylin, I'm so glad manifestation is working. So, and I was saying, I feel you that you're saying, I think it's just too many tasks coming at you at once. Yeah, yeah. If you feel it's messing with your peace, then trust that. Absolutely. You're able to get massages and maintenance, but I guess I know I will lose the luxury I enjoy that makes my life easier. It's too many tasks. Yeah, it sounds so it's specific stuff in the job. I wonder if there's any way you could organize that. Like, is there an app or is there a system? That's something for you to figure out. But Profoundly Fresh, again, if you were meditating, this would be clearer for you. Meditation helps make the mind more clear. I've been planning to leave in the spring. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you have a plan. You definitely have a plan. So yeah, the friend I was talking about who's, working her plan for her job, she's going to start getting getting massage, also starts with M in my dyslexic brain, getting massage once a week. She also was eating some junk food. I was talking to her about that because she was having some health problems. She was having joint pain, like pretty bad joint pain, you guys. I'm like, something, you have some inflammation. She's like, I know it is. And I'm trying to help her figure out what it is in her diet. I think it's something she's eating. Actually, she loves ice cream. I was like, ice cream is cold and it's dairy. And I think she started making a vegan one, but it's depending on your body type, it's really bad for you. So she's trying to cut that out. We weren't sure if it was almonds also because she eats a lot of almonds. Any of you watching this, sometimes if you have a health issue, it's often the thing that you love to eat that's causing the health issue. It's something that if I said to you, you're like, oh no, I eat that all the time. No, that's my favorite. That is often what's causing the problem. Okay. I learned that when I was studying macrobiotics. R&B says it was great, but it led to busyness. Well, yeah, well, you can de-manifest, Araylin. Absolutely. So yeah, I ran the manifestation course. Was it money magic mindset? I think I called it 3M because I experiment with teaching different things. So R&B was in my program. It was about manifestation. It was great, but it led to busyness that is a bit overwhelming. Well, you have control of that. And I need more opportunities and a practice to slow down. I need more opportunity. Okay. Yes, I hear you. I hear you on that. Yeah, you might want to take the program. And again, so 4, you'd see recordings, and 4, you'd be live. And just make sure you were live though. Don't like because the live is really nice. Oh, it was 2021. Great. I keep changing up what I teach. So what I was asking is, goddesses, I mean, I have a manifestation program that was like, I did it like one, maybe twice. Spirits like, you need this. And it got good enrollment. I don't know why I didn't like, because I'm like, oh, it's not the meditations. It wasn't like spirituality in the way. I don't know. It was good though. It was good. It worked for her. It actually worked for the women in it. We were manifesting different things. And that's what was also unique about that program. It was whatever you were working on. Each woman had her own project. One woman was starting her Amazon FBA business. Yeah. So it was different things. Yeah. 2021. I think coming out of COVID, that was what spirit's like, yeah, that's what was needed. Yeah, profoundly fresh. It's only it's 69 and 69. So it's 139 total, but that ends tonight. So if you could make one payment of $70, you hold your space. Okay? The link, I'm going to put the link again in the chat. There's this. Oh, and the music stopped. I didn't even notice it because it stopped. Profoundly, I put the link in the chat. Just click out to it and just keep it. You can look at it later, but it's $70. So it's absolutely worth it. You said you're able to get massages, goddess, you're able, and the maintenance. So you can afford this program. So again, I'm talking to those of you who are into your self-care, your spiritual growth, and your evolution. Let me just finish up with these if there's more, because I've been going for a while here. How do I start meditating as a beginner? As I mentioned before with the how do I meditate, I think I'd answer that. So I'm going to just briefly start with a guided meditation online. Find one that really is just focusing on your breath, your feelings, your thoughts, just basic mindfulness. Start with like 5-10 minutes at most. But I would start with a guided meditation to help you. Do I need to sit cross-legged to meditate? No, you don't need to sit cross-legged to meditate. You don't need to sit cross-legged to meditate. You can sit in a chair to meditate, absolutely. And there's no problem. What you do is you take a cushion, you put it behind your back because you want your back straight. You do not want to meditate leaning back. You can, but it is not ideal for several reasons. Profoundly, I just saw something. I realized in your answer, you're saying, yeah, you're able to get massages, yeah, and maintenance. But I guess so yeah, meditation will do you even better than getting the massages. It's on the same level, if not higher. So it is important. And also, don't minimize the stress you're under. That's what I see a lot of Black women do. We know we can keep going, so we keep going and we minimize the effects on us of the stress. Do not, goddesses, do not minimize the effects of the stress on you. We do that and we keep going, and rather than dealing with what we're going through, we just kind of keep, as I'm saying that, I'm picturing somebody pulling like a huge bag, like the phrase baggage. Oh, he's got a lot of baggage, right? She's got a lot of baggage. It's the sense of we're carrying this weight and we just keep going like a mule. We just keep going. I invite you to put meditation in the same category as getting a massage. And knowing that I am a massage therapist, it can be profoundly helpful, especially regularly. Meditation is absolutely at the same level. So, yeah, yes. What should I focus on during meditation? So, back to the cross-legged. You don't have to sit cross-legged. Absolutely not necessary. Sit comfortably, but with your spine straight. What should I focus on? So, I recommend for beginners focusing on your breathing and just watching your breath, because the breath is always with you. And it's that's why it's something you can focus on, because it's never not there. Okay. What should I focus on? You could literally, I mean, this is actually a concentration type of meditation. You focus up at your third eye. So there are many different types. Um, but I would focus on the breath because that gives you calm, that gives you a stable mind. That means you have that meditative benefit, whether you're standing in line at a grocery, at the bank, at a sporting event, and you're stressed, you can always go back to your breath. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, hear you, hear you. So I want to, if there are any last questions, and any questions about about learning meditation with me, it is on Saturdays. It's in the morning. Again, I was trying to find the best time. It's impossible to do for everyone, but it is from 11 to 12:15 Eastern time. Eastern time. So if you're in California, I believe that's 8 o'clock. So that's early. But imagine you get up at 8, you've done your meditation, you've learned by 9, you're 9:15, you're ready to go. It runs from 11 to 12:15. We start October 5th and then run for 7 more Saturdays. There are no holidays. We don't hit any holidays. Um, right now, until tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern is when I'm supposed to take the button down. There is a payment plan. It's 139, but you can pay in two parts. You pay 70 and you pay 69. That is really reasonable. Put it on a credit card. If you really want to attend, $70 on a credit card for many of you is affordable. So it's a two payment plan. And then you would pay the second part before, I think I put October 3rd, because we start October 5th. Okay, so you'd be paid up to start. Or the early enrollment discount is only $129 for 8 sessions. So that's something like 14, or I don't even know what the math is. It's what you'd pay in the city for probably a good yoga class. But again, these are methods you're going to have for the rest of your life. And it's going to set you up for any other spiritual growth that you want to do. I'm going to put some, I'm going to toot my own horn here. I'm putting some of the, oh gosh, and I hope they fit. I hope they fit. Um, oh yeah, no problem. I understand. Let's see. Oh my gosh, did it, wait, what I put? Um, This is one person wrote, it was a great investment to add to my meditation journey, and I highly recommend it if you're looking to further develop your practice. This one is from a recent student. Her name is Erica, and I'm going to just share. And she's retired. She's a retired lady and really wonderful student. And she said of it, let's see, let's go back. Hold on. Oh, her thing was so long. The class has helped me realize that if cultivated, meditation can be a vessel of transformation, a means to which I become in tune with my higher self. For me, my God self, that guidance is mine. I thought this was really beautiful, if I seek it. Meditation for me, I'm learning, is the stillness God requires for me to be able to clearly hear the answers to the questions and prayers that I seek from Him. A conduit that, if mastered, will equip me with the tools and awareness to allow my inner light to shine in darkness. Now I'm still working on my favorite LOL. She quite liked the walking meditation. I'll let you know, peace and love, and that's from Erica, who is retired. She then had two family members take the program with me. She found it that helpful that she told them, you need to take this. And one of them was in the medical field. Profoundly, what would be the price by then? It's the full price is $179. If you need that to be split, you could try to, because I hadn't planned, it's a lot for me making these different buttons and putting them up, and then I have trouble with PayPal. So the early registration is supposed to end tonight. It was already supposed to end like last Saturday, but then some of you know I was getting my citizenship and just getting prepped for that. I had a lot going on. But yeah, go to the page is the best thing. Read about it. But yeah, I recommend any of you that are on the fence, if you're on the fence because of money, that you just put $70 down by tonight, by 11 p.m. tonight, and then you just make the second payment. I mean, if you're a person who's working, that's probably doable for many of you. So I'm just putting the page in there so you can go, because I don't want to break the stream with giving a lot of like fine detail that might not apply to everyone. But right now, till tonight, it's 129. Okay, for 8 live sessions with me, the group support, getting all your questions answered, and literally getting to practice meditation for your stress, for your anxiety, your clarity of mind, all that I've been sharing, all of the benefits that I've been sharing. Let me give you, let's see, what else? Here we go. Here's what a designer, MC, said. MC, her comment is long too. I don't even think it can hold it. MC says, here, let me see if it's going. It's going. No, God, I so profoundly. The payment plan, if you make a $70 payment by tonight, to answer your question, she has a question, then you're in, and then you can make the next payment by the first or the third. Yeah, but you do have to hold your spot tonight. I've been enrolling this program for about 3 weeks. So, and it'll be a month from when I was first announcing it. So yeah, this is early registration. So it is a discount. And so you have to make the first payment tonight of $70, and then 69 you pay by October 3rd. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Here's what, before the mindfulness program, I had been meditating without any particular guidance. This is from a student. I would sit in silence for about 20 minutes trying to calm and slow my mind down to no thought. Okay. Wait a minute. Where is it? Which was a very difficult task to do, as I thought this was the objective when meditating. Doing the mindfulness program has now equipped me with valuable tools which help me when meditating. I think she meant to say use. Yeah. I now use techniques such as the full body scan to relax, focusing on my breath and just observing my thoughts and letting them go without any judgment. I'm able to focus more and being in the present. Let's see, is this one? Oh, okay. Sorry. I keep kind of going. Yeah. 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 That's awesome. That is awesome. Yes. Thank you profoundly. So, any questions? Sacral, I think that also studying would still be helpful for you. The fact that my program is for beginners to beginner intermediates. You will absolutely find information and guidance in studying with me in soulful mindfulness that hang on, let me see, how do I want to take, here we go, that, yeah. You don't have to be a brand new beginner. It's a mix of beginner, I would say, to intermediate meditators. You will definitely get new information. It'll deepen your practice. Hey, MZ Colston, I just saw you. Yes. Hey, welcome. Let's see. I'm just trying to look at your picture. Yeah, get close up there. Welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So I think I've answered in this video, what I was answering was the major questions about meditation. But if you, again, before I go, if you have questions about how meditation can help you, then do ask them. So what I've answered is, what is meditation? How do I meditate? What are the benefits of meditation? How long should I meditate? What is mindfulness meditation? Can meditation help anxiety? What are the different types of meditation? So go back, because I answered all of these. How do I start meditating as a beginner? Do I need to sit cross-legged? And what should I focus on during meditation? I also answered, and I'll touch on it again, many people wonder if there's a conflict if they're Christian with meditation. No, As I said, if you don't feel comfortable, then don't do it. But there is, yeah, I might have glitched there for a second. Um, no, you can be Christian, you can be anything, you could be Muslim. Again, your faith should not be so tenuous that literally learning how to watch your own mind and your breathing is going to undo it. And that is not the purpose. And what I'm teaching is completely secular, secular meaning not religious. Okay. You're working with your mind, your emotions, your feelings, your body sensations. Okay. Now you will feel closer to spirit, whatever you're religious. You will feel closer to God, to spirit, whatever you would call that, because you have to be, when you become still, that automatically happens. So yes, sacral goddess. As I said, I'm a two-part payment plan. The link is just scroll up, and I'm going to put it one more time. Like I said, this needs to get out to the community, and this is my work. So I'm not a YouTuber for fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a YouTuber to get just, oh, but by the way, I'm almost up to 30,000. Please push me over the edge. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'm so close, you guys. I am so close um, to 30,000. So anyway, but yeah, I'm not doing it for like fun or just like, this is the work that I do. It is a calling. And to wrap up, I do want to say, because some, might be confused, like, okay, divine feminine. Sometimes I'll just call it goddess coaching. I coach in a little array of areas, right? Raylan mentioned about manifestation before. This will also help you manifest better. Meditation is that powerful. If you want to manifest better, learn how to meditate from scratch, like I'm teaching it. And so if you'll say, well, what about the chakras? I see it as a yin and a yang, the way they fit together. Okay, it's like this. The mindfulness is what I'd call the yang. It's the steadiness of mind. It's the strength of mind. It's the focus. And when I talk more about the divine feminine and the chakras, that's more the yin. It's a little bit, it's more woo woo. It's more the subtle energy body. But to get that yin, you need the yang, right? They need to fit together. And for many of you, you're drawn to the yin and the woo and the spiritual and the lights and the colors. But if you don't have the mental strength to concentrate, you won't be able to concentrate on a chakra. A chakra is subtle and it's hard to work with the subtle energy. So the mindfulness is like the base, and all the spiritual traditions, they would do that as the base always. The base was get your mindfulness, like again, like if you go into different religions, they would have the base of get your mind steady, get your morality steady, P Diddy, get yourself together, and then you go more into the woo, right? So think of it this way: you get your lower chakras, that get that foundation, and the mindfulness goddess is that foundation. That's what I'm offering. So I think I answered a lot of questions today. Go back if you just joined. But again, do you have any personal question that I didn't answer? Any fears? I think sometimes there are different hidden fears that I may not have hit. So please, if you have them, I'm just going to wait a minute. I'm going to drink my water because hydration is really important for me. I was having a health issue based on not hydrating. My own, like, this is why I preach about this stuff. My own stuff came up during COVID. I didn't, it wasn't related to COVID, but it's when I had the problem and I need to like hydrate. So don't underestimate water, okay, in flushing your system. Do you have any personal questions? And just put like the number sign in front of it. and I won't put it on screen, but I can answer it. Are there any questions or any concerns that, and if you're watching from the future, hi, put it in the comments, okay? Because right now we're in like the chat and I mix them up. The chat is live. And so once I stop being live, you have to put in the comments and I will answer it. I'm trying to think of any other questions. And I had answered in when I'd started this sort of series, it can absolutely help with racial trauma. Any sort of trauma is going to be helped. Any sort of trauma is going to be helped by meditation. As I said, the one no is if you're heavily, like if you were a refugee right now and you got your tent and there's shooting going on, obviously no, it's not a good moment to study meditation. If you would already known how to meditate, it would be amazing, right? So, if you're under extreme trauma and stress right now, right, get yourself out of that first. But many of you watching this have more toxic jobs, people with microaggressions, family that's difficult, the strain of maybe your work and your children or your grandchildren. Maybe you have an autistic child, things like that that you're dealing with. I promise you that meditation can help. Get get interested in it. You know, if you do yoga, meditation is the next step. Because I know more and more of us are practicing yoga, or you're practicing like Tai Chi, um, or Qigong. You do your self care. Meditation should be part of your self care. It is the best self care you can do, bar none. It is the best self care you can do. Let me go back and see if I missed any questions. I think those of you who are live, all your questions got answered. Um, yes, 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 yes. Hmm. Good. Let me just see one more thing. And so, really quick, if you are frustrated with having to search YouTube or other apps to find the perfect guided meditation, then come study with me. If you're getting varied results after each meditation and you're not quite sure why, right? Sometimes the meditation goes good, sometimes it goes bad, you're not sure, then come study with me. If you're suffering from stress related symptoms, that could be physical, could be mental, could be emotional. As I said, as long as you're not deeply depressed, um, if you're not sure you're doing meditation right, then come study with me. If you're feeling stuck and also you're not making any progress, you're not sure what progress means, then come study with me. And if you have difficult emotions or thoughts, like many of us are dealing with day to day, then that's also why you want to come and study with me. And it's at the bottom of the screen. In the Flow of Magic is my website, /courses/mindfulness program for women. Okay, but I'll also put it below the video. So I'm going to pause here, and it was great to be with you. It's about 3:30 now. I'm going to chill. It is hard to pretty much talk nonstop for an hour, and especially like reading and trying to, okay, camera, all of that. So I'm going to rest a little bit. I already went out, took a really long walk. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. So I won't be live tomorrow. And I was going to wave my little flag. So yes, I got my citizenship finalized is that just yesterday? Day before? Day before yesterday. Um, really psyched because now I can travel. Thank you so much, all of you also who wish me well, wish me congratulations. That was really sweet. Like lots of people. I put it in the community tab, and a lot of you were like, congratulations, Viv. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Mwah. Much love and blessings. And if you're already enrolled, fabulous. And I look forward to being with you Saturdays and just being in our own private space and off of YouTube and being able to see you and get to know you. So Thank you so, so much. I'm going to actually close with a little bit of silence meditation. Go ahead and pull up, sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. If you're wearing glasses, you could take them off. Deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale through your mouth, making an ah sound. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Ah. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Letting go. Just feel your spine nice and tall. From your sacrum, from the tailbone, travel up, 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 up your spine, the gentle curves of your spine, up to your neck, up to the crown of your head. May you be well, may you be happy and peaceful. May you live with ease of heart and mind. May you be free from danger, free from harm. Much love and blessings. Mwah. Ciao. See you soon. Okay, where's my end button? There's my end button.